Hello all. I was watching Bip Bop Boom and a couple of others. There was a ringwear thing. I don't normally do that, but I've been meaning to play a Stones album for a while, which I've never actually played. Not this one. How's that for ringwear? Well, you can't really see it, but there it is. This is my original. This would have been the first two albums I bought were It's Too Easy by the Easy Beats on Parlophone, mono. Well respected Kinks on Astor. The Kinks records are released on Astor out here. Much better looking label than that ghastly Pie. Great album that. It's just their first 4 or 5 singles or 6, something. Not many tracks, but huge sound. Oh, I don't know what happened to that. I wish I still had that. I've got the singles, but the thing is, it's such a great Kinks album, an early one. There's no real bad tracks on it. There might be one weak track, but not many. Yes, and I think the third album I ever bought was this. I'm pretty sure. No, not true. A terrible album by the Hollies. Um, it's awful. I liked the Hollies when I was 14, but my God, it's just so much garbage on that Hollies LP. And then I'm pretty sure this is the fourth album I ever bought. This is my original 12x5. Now, in the Australia copy followed the UK regarding the Stones releases, with one exception. This is an original I've never played, and I'm about to play it in a minute. Just a hint of ringwear. This is the Rolling Stones #2, original UK, 1964, mono, with the wonderful, though this looks like it might be a later press, because that's the box decker. Yeah. So I cannot remember when I bought this. I think this must be a later print. This is probably a late 60s, because it's got the box decker. And the red went out in 68. So, and then the blue box decker came back in 69. So I would say this would be a 1968 repress. It looks mint. Doesn't look played at all. So I'm looking forward to hearing this. I've had it, I don't remember when I got it. I've had it for a hell of a long time. The reason why I've never played it is that the tracks, this is the one that was #2 in Australia, but this is the US. In the US, the second album was called 12x5. And Australia, on the one time, followed the US track listing. And this is the Australian one with the print error. Congratulations is spelled congratulations. Now, I better hurry up. So I've never played it because the songs are so familiar to me in that order on that album. And in Australia, the #2 official release from the UK, okay. Now in Australia, because we didn't get the UK release, we got the American 12x5. We got an EP with 4 tracks off this, which I have, but minus the cover. My little sister destroyed it. Naughty girl. She's 60 now. And I think also in Australia and the UK, 5x5 were released Oh, this is getting confusing. Um, the reason being that the tracks that were not on the UK album were released on an EP called 5x5 instead of 12x5. See, 5x5. So that's 5 tracks off this, the American and Australian one, which weren't on the UK album. See, now that makes it clear, doesn't it? So, but yet in Australia they released this and that. So you have the option. You could buy the album or you could get the EP, depending on how much money you had. I mean, I would have slaved, for months cleaning windows, mowing lawns to buy this. Yes, this is my original copy. It was absolutely played, along with Out of Our Heads, played to death. But by God, I look after my albums. A couple of tiny hairline spindle marks. This is an original Australian Decca. In great condition. I looked after my records, by golly. It's got an absolute, a lot of play, no scratches, beautiful condition. Hasn't been played in decades. Because it got played so much, when you've only got 4 albums and one of them's awful, like the Hollies, this got played a lot. So, I am carrying on a bit. And the other, as I said, the other EP I had, the EP that had the tracks that weren't on the US and Australian 12x5, I hope you can follow this, were on an EP, and the EP had the best cover. It had the cover of December's Children, the US album, December's Children, that black and white photo where they're all in a sort of an alleyway in New York. Great photo, classic. That contained the tracks that were on this and weren't on this. And from memory, they were Down the Road a Piece, I Can't Be Satisfied, Everybody Needs Somebody to Love, and oh my God, You Can't Catch Me. Is Growing Up Wrong on both? Yeah, dreadful song. One of the earliest Jagger Richards songs, Growing Up Wrong. It's pretty awful. It's alright, I suppose. Down the Road a Piece, You Can't Catch Me, Off the Hook. Yeah, Off the Hook, which I have on a 45. It was released in Australia as the B-side of a 45 out here. So the other track must be What a Shame, Growing Up Wrong. Oh, I don't know, what a shame. It's so confusing. This is awful. I'm so sorry about this. I was going to make this brief. Anyway, so to get down to it, I'm going to give this a whirl right now and see what it actually sounds like, seeing as I have never played it. So, yeah, waffling vids. Sorry about that. Oh, my God.